Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is your host, Big Black 420i. Today we are doing another truck review, and as you can see, we are doing it on the Volvo. Now, I have tried to do Volvo reviews before, but unfortunately, there's a lot of Volvos that does not work on my system. This here is the only Volvo that I have seen work on the system, because there's a Volvo out there with a triaxle on it and I can't seem to get it to work. But out of all the Volvos, this one here works, so this one gets the review. Now when I first started looking at it in the showroom, part of me said, why did I download it? Because I admit, this truck at first glimpse is a little it might bother you, but once you start going through it and fixing it up, you start to realize that maybe there's a little bit more to this truck than what meets the eye. So I started fixing the truck up, and this is what I came up with. So I'm going to tell you some of the things I'm able to do that's not obvious. The headlights, for example. The headlights come in 3 different sets. You can come with a chrome background, which is what's on there now. You can get a black background, which comes with it stock. And you can get one that's custom painted to the rest of the truck. Now, I find that very interesting. I do like the fact that it gives you those options. Not alone that, I've seen something on this truck that I have not seen since I played Euro Truck, and that has to do with the fog lamps that's up on the roof. Alright, now yes, other trucks that we can get for ATS allows us to have fog lamps up top, but not the square ones. I can't tell you how many times I'd much rather have square headlights on my truck than having to deal with these cheesy round fog lamps on each and every single rig. Don't get me wrong, they do look good, but not on all trucks. So for me to see those square fog lamps up there, I am loving it. And I ask to anybody who does make mods to please include those square headlights in future mods in the future. I mean, yes, keep the round ones, but please give us the square ones too. You know what I'm saying? So I likes that. Another thing that I have not seen since Euro Truck happens to be my visor, and I'm very familiar with this visor because anytime I drove the Volvo in Euro Truck, that was the visor I always used. So I don't know, maybe this truck initially was from Euro Truck and they bought it here, but however the case may be, it works. Now, here's some of the other things. Alright. One thing that I have not seen on too many trucks is the fact that this mod allows you to add lights to your side mirrors. Alright, now these ain't the signals that I wanted to put on initially, but it does allow you to put on a total of 3 lights onto the mirrors. You see the 2 there, but what you don't see is that one that's closest to the door on the bottom of the mount that holds on that mirror. That's another type of light. Now, I'm not exactly sure what that particular light's for and stuff. I'm believing that's just a marker light. But it would be nice in the future if we could be given, maybe not on this truck because it wouldn't look good on this truck, but if we can have, actually it would look good on this truck depending on what type of lights they were. But it would be nice for us to have the option to allow signal lights on the mirrors. You know, that's very American, and this truck here gave me the idea to ask any modder out there to see if maybe y'all can add those things on to future mods. Now, let's go to the back of this truck. Now, I had to do it. I wasn't trying to make the truck look like Optimus Prime, but I was surprised to see not 1, not 2, but 3 stacks all together. I mean, come on now. I mean, that's a total of 6. I mean, I don't know what the truck's going to sound like, or even if it's going to help the sound at all. But because it came with the 3 stacks, which is something that's quite unusual, I decided to put it on here to show you guys that this is what the truck comes with. Now, I warn you now, when you first get this truck, it does not, I repeat, does not come with taillights. Alright, there are no taillights on this truck when you're looking at it from the showroom floor. You have to add them in. Now, you may not be given too many options as far as like how wide or certain things, but you are given the option, at least 2 or 3 separate options. But you can only go like, it's only like 1 bar. It's like nothing like too fancy and things like that. But this is one of the lights that they give you, square LED lights. Now they do give you the option to give you round lights as well, but I decided to pick the square because I felt that it would look better on on this truck, at least at the time that I was doing it anyways. Also notice where the cables and air lines are connected to the truck, that little piece down there on the bottom where the exhaust is. You got parking lights down there. They gave you the option to add any type of lights you want there, but I decided to put parking lights since I do not have parking lights on my actual taillights by my plate. Now, here's another thing. This is something I'm not really used to seeing. Alright, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm used to seeing lights in the back of the sleeper, but in this configuration, I'm not sure, but this is the only option that they do give you. So what I chose to do is to put on a lot of brake light, parking light, well, marker light, and some signals up on the top. I don't know how visually they're going to work, but I put them there since I was given the option. Hidden inside the outer exhaust pipes, they also give you some marker lights there as well, but you can't change those. They really do not give you the option to do anything with these. And those 2 big round lights in the center, I don't know what those are for, but seeing as how there's red, a little amber, and seeing that circle light there, that could possibly be the taillights to the back end of this truck, but I never drove it. I haven't even started it up, so I won't know. I won't find this out until after we start up together. But this is basically what we have here. So, without further ado, let's start it up and see if these lights and other things here work. Nice sound starting up. Nice sound starting up. Let's see how it sounds when you rev it. Okay. That's not exactly something that, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know about that engine sound because the engine sound sounds to me incomplete. Alright. I'm expecting more of a travel with the sound between from low RPM and high RPM. I mean, I hear it in there, but it's not really distinctive. It sounds like the moment you hit it, you're already redlining it. But that's one thing about it. Like straight off the bat, the engine isn't exactly knocking my socks off right now. Let's go to the lights and see what we have here. Okay, we have all the parking lights that work. We're working on the visor. Working all around the sides, alright. And it looks like we have marker lights inside those signals. That's interesting. I also will point out the detail that's inside the marker lights sitting on the exhaust pipes that I have pointed out. I'm seeing detail in there that I don't normally see, and honestly, I'm liking it because it actually looks like that there's an actual light inside that lens. So I'm liking the way they did those little 4 marker lights on there, because now that I see that they're on, I have to point them out. I like the way they look. Now, see the rest. Now you see, that's why I added the other lights, because I didn't have any of them inside the tail. But, go to find out, there happens to be some lights on my license plate, so I don't know if that would consider me legal or not, but at least there is something back there. So that's a good thing. Let's go on back to the front and see what else here works. Let's try out the headlights. Oops. Okay. It looks like when you turn on the high beam, well, when you turn on those regular headlights, well, that's the regular parking lights, and then those are the low beams. Now, I'm not necessarily liking the fact how the headlights got to share the job as a marker light, but that's the way it is set up on this truck. Alright, let's see what the high beams look like. Alright, we have some action, but inside the headlight housing themselves, the lights aren't really that distinctive because they're already turned on from what it looks like. But We do have working fog lamps in the bumper, which is nice. You got your fog lamps, the external fog lamps that I put on the grill, those work. And then you also have those little lights that's up on the visor itself. Just out of curiosity, let's turn the rest of that stuff on and see what we get. Alright, now we got that turned on. Let's see. Alright. Top roof lights, they also work as well, those square ones that I love so much. Those are here now too. Alright. Let's check out the back. Let's see if we got working lights in the back. Alright, all the brake lights work. That's good. Let's go for signals. Well. So, those are the tail lights on the back end of the truck. I've seen enough. Those are the truck's tail lights. I don't agree with them being directly, on the sleeper and not being on the back of the frame because I don't think that's legal that way. But that's the way it's set up on this rig, and they do work. So I can't complain. All right. And keep in mind, they're LEDs. Every light that comes with the tail lights all come in LEDs. All right. That's your left. That be your right. And I'm thinking I might put on the wrong light because the left looks a little bit more redder than the right-hand side. But you know what? I can get past that. I ain't worried about that. Let's see what the reverse light looks like. Alright, got the LED reverse light that works. And we got the reverse light right there in the middle. Looks like I was right. That is part of the system. Alright, we got everything working there. Let's see what type of signal lights we got in the front. Okay, that's the right blinker. Now, I like the fact that they give us a signal light on the side of the truck, but it is not complete. It's not really distinctive. And the signal light on the front end isn't all that impressive either. I would think that would need a little bit of work because, if you can't really tell it from here, without looking hard, I can't consider it a legal signal light. But they are on here, and apparently they do work. They may not work well, but they work. Let's go inside the truck. Nice and quiet inside the cab. As you know, I like my wood trim, so that's what I picked. I don't see any pedals on this truck. Alright. I tell you, the inside of the truck, as far as the floor and the seats go, looks kind of cut and paste. But they're there. And we cannot gain access to the sleeper. No access whatsoever is gained back here. Alright, so that's actually a little disappointing. I was kind of hoping to get a chance to get inside the sleeper, get a view inside the sleeper here. Alright, you got your shift knob here, which kind of looks like an upside down golf club. I don't know. That's the first time I actually got a golf club look in my head. That's what I'm saying. At least that's what me personally I'm thinking right off the bat. I don't know. I'll leave that part there up to you. But so far the truck seems to work and it seems to drive. Well, I haven't drove it yet, but everything seems to work on it on the outside. All right. Well. Let's see if we can find a short load and see how it hauls. Well, this is the shortest run that I could find, but and it's got an empty load on it. So yeah, this is not exactly a truck I'm expecting to take off and do some impressive work. Not to say that it won't, but this is what's available at the moment. I mainly want to know how it drives. Now, I don't know if I gave you all this information before, But the actual name of this vehicle is a Volvo 670 Sleeper. The truck has 600 horsepower at 2,700 foot-pounds of torque. So, that's the stats on this truck. Also, it does allow me to put my strobe mod on here. As you notice, it gives me my light bar and it gives me my other side marker. Well, my other side strobes. Let's show you how that looks real quick. Oh yeah. And they actually allow me to put it on the side. I liked that too. Now I could have lined up the whole bottom here with the strobes, but that's just going overkill. And I don't want to do that. But it does allow me to use my full strobe pack. So that is a good thing for this mod. Now, let's go and get our trailer. Ah, look at that. And the trailer is not even that far away. Alright, I feel like I'm inside Euro Truck now. I wonder just how many things on this truck came from that scene. They kind of left me at that field. Yeah, so far the sound of this engine is impressive. Now generally, when I do a nice long run on a review, it's because I want to hear that engine a lot more. But there's not really much to listen to with this truck. Now, I don't know if that's just the way Volvo's supposed to sound or what. I don't know, but trying to use my mirror to get straight. What's exactly the easiest thing to do at that moment? Okay, I hit something. Ooh, yeah, I know that hurt. Sorry there, Volvo. Ain't that something? I'm driving a Volvo, and I just so happen to hit another Volvo. I don't know. Is that called irony? I don't know. I really hit vehicles in the first place, and the one that I do happens to share the same name. I don't know about you, but I find that kind of funny. You know, for a minute I thought my system was going to lock up. But so far it hasn't, which means the mod is still going. And if it doesn't break before I'm done with my review, then it will get its props. What I'm seeing here, yeah, there's a lot of nice little externals, but from what I'm seeing so far, the truck seems to be a basic mod, like nothing like really special on it. Cause the sound on here, I mean, I just don't know what to say. Got a nice little empty load. Time to go on the highway. See what the Jake brake sounds like. Oh, come on. Alright, I gotta go a little faster now. Because I'm not even gonna judge. I'm just gonna act like I didn't even turn it on at that moment. Alright, I'm gonna give it some speed, give it a little bit of RPM, and then I'm gonna hit it. And I wanna know if this truck actually has a Jake brake, exhaust brake, or what. Oh man, I can't believe it. This truck does not have a working Jake or exhaust brake. Or if it is working, you can't hear it. Normally you can hear an engine from outside the truck. I cannot hear really much of anything from this truck. Now, of course, I'm going to have to switch this. Wrong button. Huh, that's as far back as I can bring it, all right. Okay, well, at least we do have a GPS on board. At least we do have that. So let's get rid of that over. See how this truck drives from the inside. Well, one thing I'll say, I like the details that's on the mirrors, right? The mirrors that's on the front of the grill, I will give kudos on that one. Because I generally put those type of mirrors with just about every single truck I drive for two reasons. One, I like the extra visibility. Two, it kind of gives me an idea on where the front end is when I gotta be in tight areas to park. This way I don't end up smacking anything. You know, not on that, I do like the look of the square mirror. So you know what? That's gonna be one little thing I'll ask for anybody who is watching this who does modding. That of any future trucks that comes in the future, if they can come with a square hood mirror option. I mean, keep the options that you already have, but if y'all can throw in like a square option as well, I would like that, and I will most definitely will rock that inside my videos, and I will bring them up in my reviews because I don't know if in one review and stuff I had spoken about one of the triaxles being a single wheel on one of the Peterbilts, and when I had gotten the update, I got it. But then I didn't realize the update had the rim modifications like they did. So unfortunately, it kind of defeated the purpose. All right, which isn't the modder's fault. It was just the way things got made in American Truck Simulator. You know, what we was trying to do didn't work the way it was needed, because it's just the way they got everything all set up. So again, not the modder's fault. It's just the way ATS decided to set up their system. But obviously though, it is nice that modders do watch these videos and stuff and do take the input. I appreciate that. That's very, very helpful and welcome on both ends, for the driver and for the person making the truck. Now, as far as the way the truck drives, overall, it drives pretty smooth from the inside. I don't have any complaints about how the inside looks, anything like that. You know, but I do wish I was able to go on the inside of the cab. Too, you know what I mean? Well, you just can't hear the engine. I mean, me personally, I don't know if this is just how like newer technology has made trucks nowadays stuff and they're just as quiet, but me, this is too quiet for me. I mean, even for real life, like I gotta hear something. You know, I don't really hear much of anything inside this truck because do I use my gauges? Yeah, sure. But I don't like looking at my gauges 24/7. I like to do things by ear, by sound. I can't hear the truck. It's hard for me to drive it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like taking my eyes off the road, continuously to look at my gauges. But overall than that, the truck is driving. But I will say this though, since this is the only Volvo mod that I found that does work, I highly suggest for all you Volvo fans out there, this is a truck for you. Because yes, even though it has little shortcomings of the sound and the way little other things have been done, majority of the truck is proper. Majority of the truck works. You still get your options to make it, to make it look like your own. You have a lot of paint modifications. As a matter of fact, let me tell you about that. This truck comes with some very beautiful very, very beautiful paint modifications. All right, and it comes with quite a few of them, I may add. This doesn't just come with one or two. It comes with a few of them. Now, I was about to rock one of them, and I was like, nah, let me just stick with my plain type of metallic colors that I like to roll with. But when you do see it, you'll like it. You got one thing in there that looks like electronic circuit board. You've got another one that looks like fish scales. All right, let's see, what else? You've got another one that looks like a green pixel type thing, but it's all transparent. It's all metallic looking and stuff. I mean, none of the skins that they give you on here are cheesy. I will admit, all the skins that they give you on this truck work out beautifully. They did put some detail in there. There are no cheap skins on this truck, to my knowledge. Alright, no cheap skins, no straight up cut and paste stuff. Like whoever made those skins and stuff took some time to do the skins. So I will say that with this mod. But they also gave you a couple of little other things, I believe, to hang inside this truck. But I really don't like hanging certain things inside the truck. You know what I'm saying? But they do give you certain like little things that surround the windshield and stuff, and that's about it. But overall, that's basically like the whole story of the truck. The rest about this rig, you're seeing for yourself. Can't really hear it. I see, it's funny. When you see the brake lights, you know the Jake brake is active. And just nothing. Something. Let's do an exhaust brake test. Right now, I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to let go of the gas, look at my speedometer. I'm going to see how fast it slows down. Then I'm going to do the same test again with the exhaust brake and see if I see any difference. All right, I want to make sure I'm on level ground before I try this, just to give it a nice fair shot. Okay, letting go of the gas now. Alright, from the looks of it, it looks like he coasted a little bit before it started to slow down. Want to try this again? Slowing down. Alright. Alright, that was one test. Now let's see what it does with the exhaust brake turned on. Because I want to know, what does it actually work? Because I can't hear it. Alright, Jake brake turned on. Okay, I spotted something. Turns out there is a bit of an exhaust brake on this truck, but it doesn't really help much at all. Doesn't really do much of anything, but if you listen really closely, turn your system up, you will hear a little essence of an exhaust brake in there. I won't even use the word Jake brake because a Jake brake works very aggressively and you can hear it. This truck shows none of those traits. Alright, this truck shows more of a trait of an exhaust brake. But I'm going to turn that off because, quite frankly, I think it was hurting my acceleration. Yeah, so I'm going to turn that off. I'm not going to say it was hurting the acceleration stuff, but I just to see it work that little, I have no interest on having it turned on. I mean, now you do get a turbo whistle out of it, but it's very low. Yeah, the sounds on this truck, I would just say it just needs some work. Well, let's check out the gauges here while we're at it. Now, it looks like the turbo, the boost gauge on the left. Alright, the top one. Apparently that one works. That is the boost gauge. That one's on. And let's see now. We have... Okay, we also have another gauge over here that keeps moving. I don't know what that's for. Okay, I think that's for... I really don't know what that's for, because it's not working in a manner that I'm used to. I don't know if that's supposed to tell you how much throttle you're using or what actual status the engine is at, but it does move. It's a matter of... No, wait a minute. This truck has 2 fuel gauges. That's what that is. From the looks of it, it looks like this truck has 2 fuel gauges. I'm looking at a blue little gas light. All right, and you know, on the one that moves on the right hand side, and there's another gauge on the bottom, and that one is the actual working gauge. But the other one on top, I really don't know exactly what that one is for. But all the readouts seem to work. The speedometer and tachometer work. They working true. So I don't have any complaints about how the inside of the truck is working. Other than my radio here being broke with the code 0006. I don't know if that's a CD code or what, or a program code or what, but at least there's something up in there. Looks like this is our exit. I can't even hear this engine to downshift properly. Oops. Okay. No. I ended up hitting the wrong button. Okay, if this truck is running, I don't know it. All right, there we go. Yeah, I didn't roll back. Did not roll back. Looks like this. I gotta make a right hand. So that be what I'm going to do. Turn those things on just to show you what they look like again. Just turned on the high beams. Yep, lights up the road like it would in Euro Truck 2. This truck had to have been from that game. Just realized the truck kind of matches the trailer a little bit. I don't think I'm going to get this one in the first shot. I'll try though, but I don't think I'm going to. I guess I did get on the first shot. I didn't even think I was going to pull that off. All right. Well, everybody, that concludes this truck mod review. All right. So I hope you guys like the truck. The link to this truck will be on the bottom. Now, keep in mind, this truck may not be complete. But for all those who do like them Volvos, this is the one mod that I found that does work. So this is the mod I suggest y'all get. So go on ahead and get it. Now, yeah, I think I just about covered everything with this truck. There's really nothing else really to cover along with it. But overall. Sorry, I had to shut that engine off. But overall, yeah, other than the sound of the engine and stuff and those little other things like that, which is mainly the sound of the engines, that would ask to have a little work done too. Truck is a good mod, a real good mod. So go on out there and get it. Until next time, catch y'all later. Happy trucking.